is Heat Live, presented by eShore. And that is your final score. 104-87. The Heat came out with a vengeance, and then the Spurs responded and never looked back. James was leading the way. I mean, the Heat were flying all over the place, Coach, and it all started off with the defense turning into offense.
Well, Ray Allen knocked the ball away, and we talked about how the Heat for 4 years now, when they're playing good defense, they're getting their hand on the ball, they're tapping it away, they're blocking shots, they're rotating, getting inside, and then it leads to offense at the other end. And so they did a good job in that first 6 or 7 minutes of the game.
A little bit more there with LeBron James with the putback right there. Little defense, get it going, get it up, follow it up, throw it down. And more LeBron in that first quarter in transition for 3. Let's get more transition, but this time he's not pulling up for 2 of his first half threes. He's taking it all the way in right there. And then a little defense. LeBron also had 2 blocks to go with his 20 points in the first half. And that's how you get him at the end. Mills was hopeful right there.
Yeah, you know, the way he tapped it, the way he blocked it, he was trying to, it looked like he was trying to keep it in bounds. And then how about that long J that he made right there while the Spurs had come back and scored 12 straight.
He had 2 of 5 in the first half, and then things went the other direction. First, Duncan, a little baseline flipper on Haslam there, and then he is always aware that the hook will bring you back. In the first half, Duncan had 8 points, hitting 3 of 7. But this man right here was very helpful in the first half. Kawhi Leonard with 15 first-half points. He, too, can pull up for 3 while on the move. And the All My Sons play of the game. Ginobili. Time warp again. Goodness, Coach. Climbing and finishing. Ginobili in the first half had 14 points.
Yeah, you let him go left. You can see what he can do. And the Heat never recovered from that. They never got the lead back.
From the inside to the outside, Ginobili hit 2 of his 4 threes before halftime, speaking of which, down by as much as 16 in the first quarter, up by 7 at the break. We go to the third. Mills from Diao. More Patty Mills, who was awesome. 5 of 8 from downtown went in for him. And then Ginobili, who got him that one, now gets one himself. This one from Leonard for 3. Ginobili finished with 3 threes. More Patty Mills, elevating himself, getting his body right, being the energy guy for a championship ball club, and he becomes a champion. In the fourth quarter, things turned a little bit as Coach Spoelstra turned to Beasley and Chalmers to try to get some things done, Coach.
Yeah, they kind of exchanged baskets, but the Spurs were up by so much that didn't help the Heat out there. Really didn't get the lead, the deficit down. And I think 14 was maybe the lowest that the Heat got it down to. They just couldn't come back from how deep it was.
LeBron James here with the blow-by. He gets 2 hands done, but as Coach noted, his 31 points, not enough to do it, and just put a little cherry on top. That is Parker. He finished with 16 points, 2 assists, rebound, and yet another NBA championship. A lot of respect and a lot of love for both teams, but there could only be one champ. That's a tough thing. You get 2 ball clubs, they run the marathon, they get through the first 3 rounds, they all get to go to the mountaintop, but only one team gets to stay there, and that would be the San Antonio Spurs. Once again, it is done. A season in the books, and the Spurs are the champs. The Heat gave it their all early on, pushing to a 16-point lead, but the Spurs pushed back and stayed ahead. They win Game 5, 104-87. They win the series 4 games to 1 and stand atop the mountaintop as champions for the next year. The Heat, they will return to the Sunshine State. The front office will do what they do. Players will come back, and the coaching staff will do what they do. And then the players will hit the floor and fight for the city of Miami all over again. This has been a presentation of Sunsports, your exclusive home for Miami Heat basketball. For Joanna Gomez, John Crotty, Eric Reed, the coach Tony Fiorentino, and our entire Sunsports family, I'm Jason Jackson. We'll see you next season, Heat fans, right here.